In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Mao Zedong looked to the future. Among the men he considered as successors, two names stood above the rest: Marshal Lin Biao and Deng Xiaoping.
Deng respected his fellow marshals, all except one, Lin Biao. The tension between the two was no secret. Even Mao himself noticed, and once urged Deng to meet with Lin Biao to set aside their differences. But the meeting failed, and their paths would forever diverge.
In 1966, Mao chose Lin Biao as his comrade in arms and official successor. For a time, the People's Liberation Army rallied firmly under Lin. Yet, behind the title, Lin was an anxious man, a reclusive hypochondriac, plagued by fears of Mao's shifting moods. September 1971. Mao returned from Hangzhou by train. He quietly secured the loyalty of key commanders Xu Shiyu, Wang Hongwen, all while avoiding Lin's circle. Lin Biao's family realized the danger. On the night of September 12, they boarded a plane bound for the Soviet Union. But the escape failed. The aircraft crashed in Mongolia. No survivors. Deng first heard the news, not from Beijing, but from his son, Hufang, listening on a shortwave radio. He waited quietly for nearly 2 months, until the news became official. On November 6th, Deng and his wife Zhu Lin, along with 80 workers from their factory, were gathered to hear a 2-hour reading of the Central Committee's report on Lin Biao's crimes. Because of his poor hearing, Deng was allowed to sit in the front row and to take home a copy of the documents. 2 days later, Deng picked up his pen. Though warned not to write, he composed a letter directly to Mao. It was carefully worded, humble, deferential, yet full of quiet resolve. He condemned Lin's, quote, despicable crimes, praised Mao's, quote, brilliant leadership, and spoke of his own labor and study in Jiangxi. Then a modest plea: I have no requests for myself, only that someday I may be able to do a little work for the party. Naturally, it would be some sort of technical job. I am longing for a chance to pay back by hard work a bit of what I owe. Deng knew Mao well. He understood that a man of his stature could never truly return in a minor role. But for now, he had planted the seed. For months, there was no reply. Mao, weary and distracted, devoted his remaining energy to a new priority: the historic opening to the United States and the visit of President Richard Nixon in February 1972. The crash of Lin Biao's plane had removed one rival from the stage, but Deng Xiaoping's return to power, that would require patience, endurance, and the right moment. And soon, that moment would arrive.